The truth about the Pelicans was just revealed as owner Gail Benson is finally speaking out about the team's recent struggles. We're going to break down what she had to say about Willie Green's job future and more inside this edition of Pelicans Digest. What's good with it, y'all? It's your people, Melz On The MIC. Back once again inside Pelicans Digest. Had to take the day off, man, and let everything breathe for a minute because I know everybody was still upset about the Pelicans' loss against the Trailblazers. And again, 2-9 now. The team's 2-9. Things are not looking good. They continue to look all bad as you head into a game against the Lakers. But you know, we still hanging on in there, man, and we finally get to hear from the owner of the Pelicans, Gail Benson, about the team's recent struggles, and we'll get into that in a minute. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man, and come join the Pelicans Digest community, baby. This is where you get the best analysis, opinions, and more about the New Orleans Pelicans. It's Melz talking about those Pels, and of course, the big topic in Pels land continues to be, when is Willie Green gonna get fired? Everybody's trying to figure out when this is going, what is it going to take, what is to happen. People have been sending letters and emails and calls to Gail Benson, and the vibes inside the building, according to the last video, is just bad. People are ready to crash out, according to sources inside the building, and they still don't understand why Willie Green is still employed. But Gail Benson is finally addressing the situation with Willie Green. But first, we got to give you the update on Zion Williamson. He was seen in practice yesterday. He has been cleared for on-court activities, but still no real update on when he's going to return to game action. So chances are high. Well, are we playing the Lakers tonight? Yeah. So you probably won't see him in the Lakers game. That's for sure. Tonight in the NBA Cup action at 7 p.m. So I think he's already been listed as out on the injury report. So you won't see him, but he's at least closer to coming back. Could he be back around the time for the Warriors Thunder series? We'll see. I doubt that as well. But that's the latest team update. I don't expect us to win this game tonight against the Lakers. Don't have much faith. Just don't have much faith in the situation tonight. But Gail Benson apparently does continue to have faith in Joe Dumars and the Pelicans and what they're doing right now. She recently got done doing a wide-ranging interview for the Times-Picayune with Rod Walker of the Times-Picayune, and he asked her a whole lot of questions, and she was open to answering those questions. And one of the first questions he was asked about was the Pelicans, who are currently 150 and 188 and have not won a playoff series in Willie Green's 4+ seasons as head coach. There have been national reports that the organization is monitoring, quote, his job status. How do you assess the job he's doing so far as head coach? This is what Gail Benson had to say about that. And she pretty much gave a non-answer. She pretty much just deferred it to Joe Dumars. She said, I hired Joe Dumars because we needed a change in leadership at the top level of the Pelicans. I believe in Joe, and Joe knows exactly the stats you noted. We need to improve immediately. Our roster is built for success right now, and I will rely on Joe to make these decisions and changes as he sees fits. All right? So there you go. You heard the first part about that from Gail. She says she's aware. She knows that things are not good right now, but she's leaving it into Joe Dumars' hands. And the next question that she was asked by Rod Walker was specifically as it pertains to Willie Green, how do you feel about the job that he's done? Here's what she had to say about that. She says, I really like Willie Green, but I hired Joe Dumars to assess our basketball operation, and that's what he is doing. He is assessing Willie and all the players. He and I spent the entire halftime of the Portland Trailblazers game on Wednesday night talking. When he makes a decision, that's up to him. That's why I hired him. Okay? And Gail went on to say, so basically what you're hearing is it's up to Joe Dumars at this point. Because Gail was on in an interview and says that she's not getting involved in the day-to-day operations of the team, which is one of the things I do like about her, is that she doesn't get involved in the day-to-day operations of the team. But she also went on to say, but yes, I am going to hold these people accountable when I feel like when the time comes for them to be held accountable. But again, she's making it clear that the decision on Willie Green's future is with Joe Dumars. She went on to say, I trust Joe because I feel like he knows people. He's known Willie since he was a child. So they know each other. And if he can fix that problem, then he'll fix it. If he can't, then that'll be his decision, not mine. I left that in his hands. So don't expect Gail Benson to get involved in this situation. Because according to her, she's got bigger fish to fry right now. And I kind of understand what's going on with the situation with her right now. Because as you probably seen over the last 48 hours, especially after this Portland game, especially over the last 24 hours especially, you're starting to hear that relocation talk again. Gail need to sell the team. She need to get rid of the team and move. Let's move to Seattle. You've been hearing that talk again. Boogie Cousins got on his show and said, "No, nobody come to the games. There's no fan base." No, you haven't given fans a reason to come out to the games. And New Orleans, and I seen somebody else saying, "Man, nobody in New Orleans won't come to the games. That's all people from Louisiana and other areas." Okay, that's cool, but still, give them a reason to win. Give them a reason to want to come to the games. If you continue to put on a good product, but you haven't put out a good product on this and what this team was for a while now. But like I said, Gail she says she has bigger fish to fry, and she's not gonna focus too much on the day-to-day operations of the team. As I stated publicly, when we signed the long-term state lease, I made it very clear that my next major priority was to renovate the Smoothie King Center and bring Champion Square up to a level that is the best in the NBA. I have already started speaking with Governor Landry about this plan. And she also finished it off by saying this, to quell all the talk that we've been hearing over the last 24 hours. Finally, I want to reiterate and make this abundantly clear. I am not selling these teams. Yes, let me be clear about this. The teams are not for sale. That's in capital letters. I want everybody to know that the teams are not for sale. I get tired of people asking me if they're for sale. I'm going to turn 79 in January, but I'm pretty healthy. She went on to add, I hear that people want to talk to me about buying a team. I'm like, well, that's a waste of my time. That's not going to happen. And people need to calm down about the team moving. So there you go. Y'all can stop with that. So we can chill out with all the relocation talk. The Smoothie King Center be empty and she still plans on keeping the damn team here. That's something I said at the start of the season. It's something I pointed out at the start of the season. Everybody is so desperate to get this team out of New Orleans for some strange reason. They're so desperate. And even the fan base out here is screaming that Gail needs, they want new ownership. But she's also not getting involved in leaving everything up to Joe Dumars. So at this point, who do we point the finger at? And right now, Gail saying, "Don't point it at me." Gail saying, "Don't point it at me." Gail saying, "Don't point the finger at me." Look, I gave y'all what y'all asked for. Y'all wanted to change at the top. Y'all wanted Griff gone. We got Griff gone. Now I'm gonna leave it up to Joe Dumars. I continue to argue that she doesn't want to pay Dennis Allen. She had to pay Dennis Allen's contract out. I don't think she wants to pay Willie Green's contract out if he's not going to be working. I still think that. And a lot of people think that's being cheap, which I can agree with to a certain extent. But when you hear her say that, her right now, her whole major priority is to get the Smoothie King Center up to speed and getting this lease agreement and keeping this team in New Orleans along with the Saints, I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that because she's got to keep an eye on everything. She went on to say in one of her statements, because I'm reading it right now, my role is to hire the best people I can and give them the resources they need to win. I have committed millions to state-of-the-art practice facilities and hiring coaches and support staffs for these teams. I also take great pride in not meddling in the day-to-day operations, letting out football and basketball people do their jobs. And yes, it is my job to hold them accountable if we are not meeting our goals away from the field and court. It is also my job to make sure our business operations are providing the best product for our fans in their game day experience. So Gail said, look, look, I know things are tough right now. I know things are not good right now. But you got to go talk to the basketball and football people. Because in that interview, she was also asked about, a lot of those questions were directed towards Mickey Loomis and the Saints. But when it came down to the Pelicans, she made it clear, you got to go talk to Joe Dumars about that. So when will we hear from Joe Dumars about this situation? According to reports earlier this week, we've already seen that Joe Dumars is probably giving them 20 to 25 games to figure this out or see if there's going to be some sort of improvement. And you start to see some slight lineup adjustments, but it's still not there yet. It's still a disaster with Willie Green at the front, at the helm, in my opinion, as far as making adjustments and not being able to adjust the teams. I saw Tiago Splitter out-coach him again against Portland. Tiago Splitters, just first year as head coach. Cooked them. Situational basketball lineups and rotations. Willie, just stay out there and see if you can make a shot. And so that's why I say I'm not confident about the Lakers game tonight. Probably going 0-2 in the cup. Probably going to be 2-10 by the end of this night tonight. And, and then I'm going to get in my car and drive down to New Orleans, and I'll be in the Smoothie King Center Sunday and Monday night for what could be two of the ugliest nights of basketball in New Orleans history. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. What are your thoughts, though, on what Gail Benson had to say about the current state of the franchise? Are you still on the Gail need to sell? She says she ain't selling, but do you think she still needs to sell? Do you still believe in what she's saying as far as the direction of the franchises and where she wants to go, especially the Pelicans? What are your thoughts? Clap back with the comments, and I appreciate you. Clap it back in the comments, man. I really do. I'll be trying to get back to y'all in the comments. I'll do my best as I can. But thank you so much for becoming a subscriber to Pelicans Digest. If you're still part of the percentage that hasn't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for, baby? Hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Share it with your folks. And let them know this is where you get the best analysis, opinions, and more about the New Orleans Pelicans. It's Melz talking about those Pels on Pelicans Digest. I'll holler at y'all.